Hello, beautiful people. Happy Saturday. Happy almost New Year. We are here at the very tail end of the Christmas season. Christmas is over, but I still consider it Christmas season. We are going to be talking one of my favorite Christmas thriller, Christmas horror movies. It will be my last time talking horror on this channel, but we will be discussing P2, and I have a special guest with me as well. The specialist of guests that I could possibly have, Miss Tyra from Struggle Reviews TV. If you are not familiar with her, get familiar, get from under a rock. Let's see who are all in the live. We have TG. What's up? You are always here, always supporting. Thank you for showing up, TG. Happy New Year. We have Miss Daria. Hi, Miss Tyra. Good evening. Happy Saturday. Happy New Year's. Thank you for showing up, showing love. We have Breeze. Thank you for showing up and being here in the live. Now, I will not hold you guys any longer from the long-awaited, much anticipated, highly loved, never duplicated, and all the other rhyming words. We have Miss Tyra from Struggle Reviews TV.
Hello, Nikki.
Hello,
This
Miss
feels
Tyra.
all surreal. Like I get to be a guest. Like I feel so special. Let me sit up in my
And
chair.
this is monumental because you are the very first guest on my channel ever.
Right. And I'm happy to do it. Like I was, yeah. First of all, y'all, I had to convince her to ask me because she wouldn't even because we so close. I wasn't even on her radar for guests. I was like, hello, I can come on the channel. So I'm very happy to be here and be the first guest.
Yeah, because I reached out to some other YouTubers that paid me dust, and then I asked Miss Tyra, who I should have went to first. But I guess you're right, because we just always chit chat. I guess I don't really think of it as like, hey, let me ask Tyra. But the most perfect person we could have to come talk P2.
Right. Oh my gosh.
And I can't wait to hear your thought. I do not know how she feels about the movie. She saw it recently for the first time when I, talked to her about it. So I will be just as surprised as you guys are to hear what Miss Tyra has to say.
Yeah.
And let's kind of start to get into it. We are discussing P2 from 2007. It is a psychological thriller, psychological horror. A businesswoman is pursued by a psychopath after being locked in a parking garage on Christmas Eve. And I feel like this is one of those movies, not a bunch of tricks and frills, just a parking garage, a crazy ass Wes Bentley holding a woman hostage. So, Miss Tyra, how do you feel about like horror thrillers on Christmas? Is that a genre or subgenre that you like to get into?
If it's like Christmassy, I stay away from the Christmas themed anything. I don't like Christmas. I've never like been a hella fan of Christmas. So sometimes if it's, if it is that time of the season, I'll get into something like Krampus or, something like that. But it's not most of the time when you get into Christmas horror, it's not up to par. Like it's always really campy, a little over the top, a little Santa theme, and I just really don't be here for that all the time, which is why I was kind of here for this one because it was so much different from that. It is Christmas, but that's about it when it comes to this movie.
You know what? I agree. I love anything horror on Christmas because I'm just morbid. But I completely agree that it is actually really hard to find a good
Mhm.
like a horror Christmas or horror thriller because they are all very cheesy and campy. But that leads me to our next question, which do you have any favorite Christmas movies, which you just told us you kind of stay away from? But just to get into like my top 10 favorite Christmas movies, the movies that I have to see every year for Christmas. Number one is going to be Inside. It's pretty disturbing. It's very dark. We have a woman who is pregnant who has to fight off a home invasion. If you're squeamish, stay away from it. Miss Tyra, have you ever seen Inside?
No, but I mean, I like to be inside, so I'll check it out.
I think you should. You're not squeamish. I think you
No.
would like it. And then number two, I have the ever classic Die Hard, which
Yes.
I know you've seen Die Hard.
Of course, love Die Hard, love it down.
I'm the type, I feel like anything that happens on or around Christmas, even if the plot is not centered on Christmas, I still consider it a Christmas movie.
Child, where is Home Alone? Like where is Macaulay Culkin?
Do you even watch Home Alone? You just said you don't do Christmas.
I said horror. It's certain staples are, 24 Hours of Christmas Story and Home Alone. It part two, it's getting watched during the holidays. That's just a given. I thought that was like a unwritten rule.
See, I don't do the warm and fuzzy Christmas stuff. That's just not my cup of tea.
Surprised you ain't got Jack Frost up here, the little killer snowman situation. I'm surprised that ain't here.
That's the more campy horror that we were just talking about. So that wouldn't be in the favorites, but we are getting into P2, which I still remember my absolute first time seeing P2, but it leads me to, whenever I see movies like this, I always like to contemplate, how could I survive? Like, if I was in this situation, what would I do to survive? I always feel like that is just so fun. It's something me and my mother used to do when I was a kid. Miss Tyra, if you are leaving your office late at night on Christmas Eve and Wes Bentley kidnaps you, how would you survive?
First of all, if Wes Bentley came to kidnap me, I would have said, "What's up?" Because it's Wes Bentley. Wes Bentley is fine, but just for name's sake, if he's actually coming to, first of all, why you not getting off with everybody else? I don't play that working in the office late. We gonna wait till all the other cubicles are empty and then try to go downstairs and. No. I'm leaving with the rest of the rest of the crowd when it's daylight out, and it really had pissed me off why she had all that baggage. Like, where? why she was holding all this stuff? That made me so mad. Like, girl, you have everything on your back but the Christmas tree, and you trying to get away from this damn killer. But if it were me, like, this is a really tough situation because the way he does entrap her, she does make it to the car and everything, but rigs that to not work, and I just she's just kind of trapped. I would have never been in this situation because I'm not being alone with nobody's security guard on Christmas in no dark parking garage. Absolutely not. So I can't really say what I would have done, but having a kiki with him would not have been one of them because you left the door open, girl, and then you was holding all that stuff, so you was just asking to die.
That was irking me too when she was carrying every single thing running. Oh my God, yeah. But yeah, as she's trying to do, you can tell he's very off from the minute she's interacting with him. But she's, like you said, doing the niceties. I wouldn't even been doing that. When he keeps trying to pressure her to, like, hey, let me try to start your car. No, bro. Nope. I said I'm getting the cab. Like, I'm not even going through that. But I feel like it was multiple times for me that I could have survived. For one, he gives her a chance to call her family, who she's supposed to be going to her family's house. I don't care if you got your hand wrapped around my neck. If I gotta die, my family go at least know something happened. So I would have took that moment to yell out. And me and my mother actually have like a code word for nice. If something is going down that we could say that just sounds casual. So I would have chucked that in there.
That's smart.
But then as she is running through this little garage, we get into a moment where the cops come.
Oh,
but
God.
She's distracted by a tape he put on. I watch enough.
Oh, that pissed me off.
Yes, I would not have had my focus on that. I'd be like, oh hell no, this is a trick. He trying to get my attention. I would have got saved when the cops showed up.
That pissed me off. Like there was more than childhood lingering with that phone and all the it was too much. But I take these movies for what they are because first of all, it felt like they were in like New York Times Square on Christmas, and you mean to tell me wasn't a single soul nowhere on the street? Like it's one random homeless person, ain't nobody out, to hear your outcries. It was just a whole lot. But like, yeah, we don't play them, late office games. Like as a woman, you lead with everybody else. I need a gentleman. I'm a very damsel in distress type. Can you walk me to my car? I'm one of them. Like, can you walk me to my car? Because if they gonna get somebody, I need you to get you. Get the gentleman, not me. Like I got a lot to live for. Don't come for me. But yeah, we don't play these late night, like, oh, I can just do all my work and be the last one out of the office. No, that's how you get killed with a T.
I feel the exact same way. Even when I was looking for apartments recently in downtown Nashville, a lot of the apartments had parking garages. And I just was
Mhm.
like, that
Nope.
feels like a horror movie. Like, I'm not about to walk through a parking garage late at
Nope.
night trying to get home.
First of
No.
all, when as soon as I'm in a parking garage, I just feel like Candyman is gonna call my name any minute. So I don't have time to be feeling like that every single day when I'm trying to get in my house. Like, absolutely not. No.
So we have where we are at the top of the movie, and I actually enjoy how the movie opens. It opens with a jump scare.
Mm.
And I know a lot of people do not like jump scares in horror. I love them, honestly. I don't care if it's a bad jump scare. I don't care if it's one that's very, you could see it coming. I just think they're fun. But I think this is actually a good jump scare when we first start off the movie, and it sets a good tone. And then we are introduced to our main character. And you might notice her she was like on Criminal Minds for like 2 episodes. But we have Angela, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly, that was her name.
Please don't never forget that
And
name.
she is working late on Christmas Eve. We're introduced to her. We can tell she's, very posh, very working in this nice area. And she actually has a coworker that comes in who apparently like assaulted her at the Christmas party because he just had a baby. That's what he
I,
tells
well,
her.
I thought he had, a little too much eggnog situation, little spike, and he was, feeling a little loose. That's what I
Right.
thought. I didn't think I was like, yeah, I thought she was, yeah, like, no, that's not what this was. I was just getting on the elevator, sir. I was not coming for you. I didn't think he actually physically went in there with intention to. He's like, oh, I thought we was thinking the same thing. All right, let me get my ass out of here.
I just don't know why he brought the new baby into it. Like, oh, we just had a baby. Like, what that mean?
Like, she didn't give me no attention, girl. Just let me rub on it. Just let me smell it, and then I'll go back home to my wife.
Right. But of course, he did not just jump in for no reason. We'll get to him later because he will come up again. But Angela is talking to her sister on the phone, like, yes, I'm coming. I will be there. She says, good night to Carl, who is a little security guy in the building. She goes to head out, but her car will not start. And that kind of pops us into our introduction of Wes Bentley. She ends up trying to go get some type of help, and he ends up, hold on, let's go back. He ends up trying to tell her, forget trying to get a cab. You probably left your lights on.
Mm.
And I hated this whole first interaction she had with him because I needed her to
Yeah.
shut him. You can nicely shut people down.
Yeah, like, I don't leave my damn lights on. You can't tell me
Right.
that I did. No, I didn't. I don't do that. She's very like, I would never do that. It's like, well, yeah, like, no, I do know because I don't do that.
Exactly. And I'm like, I would have I just want to help. No, thank you. You can help me by getting
Mm.
me upstairs so I can get to the cab. But he
No,
was
no. You know what
very
this reminded me of? You ever see Lovely
what?
Bones? You ever seen Lovely Bones?
Yes,
You know,
yes.
when at the end when he's trying to like lure the older girl to like get like, oh, you just have to be really wary of, it's one thing to be helpful, but I don't really trust anybody who's trying to just be too helpful. If you respectfully tell somebody, no, I don't need any help, or because, sometimes even if you do need help, you still have to think about your safety first. But, I need help, but yeah, do I really want the help if I'm alone in a parking garage and I don't really know you? No, my safe bet, just for myself, I'll just handle it. But, thank you for the offer. But, everybody when you keep persisting, nah, yeah, get on my face.
I feel the same way. And I feel like it's a difference between helpful and forceful.
Hmm.
Like if I straight up say no, thank you, that should be it.
Mm.
Not keep forcing it. But he obviously has like this weird attitude, and he's telling him, I was just trying to help, and he keeps going on. And then his weird ass go to say, I got a little meal prepared. Want to have dinner with me?
Red flag, red flag.
Like, sir. So Angela is able to get upstairs and, from the parking garage to the lobby. She's able to call a cab. And Tyra, would you have checked the doors as you was waiting for the cab to pull up?
Girl, first I'm gonna be outside in the cold. I don't. Anytime I'm catching a cab or Uber, whatever it is, I'm outside on the street because you already know if we don't see you, we driving off. Like
Right.
I'm already outside. Child probably called it outside. Like I like to be out in public. If you're waiting, like no, I'm ain't no checking the doors, girl. I'm already outside.
So of course she just so happened to be extremely tired, even though she's on her way to a Christmas party, and she falls asleep waiting for the cab. But I thought this was weird. The cab calls to let her know he's outside. But then once the doors are locked and she's trying to get, Wes Bentley or Carl or somebody, he just drives the hell off. Like, why wouldn't you call
this is New York. This is New York. You got 5 seconds to get out here. You know how many other people I could pick up between the next route and now? Somebody's always on the street trying to hail a cab in New York. Bye. I'm missing out on money.
Why he couldn't call? So she ends up going back to the parking garage looking for Wes Bentley so the doors can be open. She's yelling at him through the little, speaker, like, wake up, you idiot. The cab done left. And as she's going through the parking garage, she's locked in. You got the gate locked. She can't get out upstairs. All of a sudden, the lights start turning off in the parking garage.
I would have melted. Like you in a large, however many structure parking garage, and the only light all of a sudden is the light from your phone. Hell no.
Yeah, she is walking through a dark parking garage with the light from her phone, and all of a sudden Wes Bentley is behind her and ganks her up.
Girl, still packing all that stuff. Girl, I would have dropped everything and slid under somebody's car. Let me feel my way and find a car. And then, see what was what when I get underneath that car. I'm not just going to stand here. Oh my God, what happened? No, we'll figure out what happened once we get a hiding spot. Like, girl, she was taking too long.
Because at that point, F the Santa suit and the gifts, I don't care about that stuff. I need to live. I thought it was just so weird that they had her keep carrying that stuff. So after she's knocked out, she wakes up in his little office and he listening to what Elvis with the Santa suit on that she was packing. And it was so crazy and trippy to me how she's kidnapped. She's chained up and he having a casual conversation.
That's the best part of the movie. How casual he was about this entire situation is the best thing this movie has going for it, because it's like he seriously doesn't see any fault in what he's doing. This is a regular, like, girl, I've been waiting to get an opportunity to take you on a proper date. Like, this is kidnapping. you are kidnapping me on Christmas of all days, and I am chained up against my will. This is not a proper date. He's like, would you like some more wine? Like, okay, you crazy. You crazy.
Like, I don't even know if you should mix wine with chloroform or whatever you just knocked me the hell out with. But I think the standout weird moment where he was being casual that I thought was so crazy was when she is dressed in different clothes. She has on this little slip dress, which she obviously wasn't wearing before to work. And she's like, what happened to my clothes? And he said, well, I told you fell. Oh, your clothes got dressed.
I was just mad looking at, because I be looking at everything. I was like, that's a sad ass plate of Christmas food. That's what you was over here like. You've been trying to entertain me for how long? He's been. You can clearly tell that he has been. That's another thing about thinking about yourself as a woman, and a lot of us, especially, she's very strong minded and work oriented, so she doesn't change up her routine. So he knows everything about her before they even sit here, and it's just like, well, yeah, I need to. It was like, no, I already know that you're not going to go do that. I already. It was like, this is crazy. You just never know who's watching you, and I just couldn't believe that this one major security guard was in this whole building. Like, ain't nobody else here. Ain't nobody else here. Then you kidnap me to feed me old raisins and this dry lunch meat. Like, you supposed to hook it up. You've been waiting on this so hard. This sad meal.
Not dry raisins. It was a sad little plate. But it was just so strange. And of course, this is when she tries to say, "Oh, well, I have a boyfriend waiting on me."
Oh,
And I did not understand why she was trying to convince him she had the
you
boyfriend.
ain't
She came
gotta
up with
answer
a
me
different.
damn questions. Oh, girl, she's making me mad. I had to. I
I
was
don't
trying.
care if I don't have but a cat. Let me go.
Girl, ain't try to like. It's like, oh well, what is he? What kind of car is it?
Right.
Explain myself. If I said that my boyfriend is gonna be here, and you should just let me go because he's gonna be here really soon. You just take that and run with it. Like it was nothing stealth. He let her like even though he already knew, like it was something that piqued his interest a little bit to go like, well, damn, does she have a boyfriend? Like, could it like maybe she's and then she messed it up trying to play 21 questions with him. Absolutely not.
I don't think he ever believed her. I think he was playing with her. He
Mm.
knew that girl ain't had no damn boyfriend. He knew the names of her sister and nieces and the whole family. He
Ooh,
been watching her.
Lord.
I'm like, that's why I'm like, all
Mm.
you. That's why I don't even know why she made up the boyfriend. Your family is waiting on you. That's good enough. Like, you don't need the phantom boyfriend. But then,
Mm.
of course, he is just being a sociopath, wanting to hold her, and he goes to say, I got a gift for you. Let's take a little ride. Let's take a ride. And this crazy girl think they really finna go for a ride, and she's confused when they still strolling through the parking garage.
I just hated she kept trying to like let me reach him in a certain space because I just know that you're better than this. Tom, Tom, the girl, this is a fool. Like this is at first I thought she was just like, okay, let me go along and get along, but it was like she almost had real expectations of, I think you're better than this. I just feel like if I, convince you, you'll let me go and let this gentleman go also because I'm Angela. Like, hell no, this nigga's crazy. He's crazy.
That's why I could not understand. Like, do you not? Why are you trying to reason with the madman? Is it not clear to you that he is insane?
It was very Caucasian. Everybody says you're supposed to stay calm in a crisis situation. Maybe if I'm calm, he'll feel the calmness off of me and be calm too. Like, girl, no, this man is insane. The first opportunity I would have gotten, like, don't even get me started with this car and her fiddling with that lock. I was getting mad. I was getting so mad. Girl, if you don't yank that, this is your opportunity, girl. This is your opportunity to get away. And you sitting here trying to, I wouldn't want to say, girl, I don't care. As soon as he would have got out of that car, child would have been gone.
Same. And I'm sorry, this is when the guy pops up, the coworker that tried to kiss her or whatever at the Christmas party. I'm sorry for you, sir. I will speak at your wake, but as far as I'm concerned, you already dead. So I wouldn't even been sitting here trying to reason with this guy to not kill you. You won't die in vain. As he killing you, I won't be getting away.
Not you won't die in vain. Like, no, she was seriously like, I just can't just hop out of this car and leave this innocent body. Like, oh, girl, he you already dead as far as I'm concerned. I'm sorry, you taped up. I ain't got time to save you and me. I got to be selfish at this moment and think about myself. Like, where was you when I was calling for somebody in this empty building? How long you been in this chair? Lord.
Exactly. So we have Tom in the car trying to tell Angela, like, I saw, because he's a security guard. So, of course, he saw the footage and that's what he shows her before he drives her off. He saw the footage of them in the elevator with I don't know, was he a boss or coworker trying to like fill her up or whatever?
Yeah.
And he wants to, get retribution. And she's like, oh, he apologized and everything's fine. She reasoning with the madman. I do not know why.
Now he apologized. Child, when she got the hollering about, well, if you could just, I was like, what upset me was that he kept. I was like, maybe if she just make herself out to just be a hoe, he'll let her go because he was holding her to the standard of being this angel. How dare you put your filthy paws on Angela? She is a good Christian woman type of energy. I was like, girl, just make yourself out to be a harlot or something. Maybe he'll get disgusted. Say I'm getting different D every night. You thought I was clean and virginal in this white dress? No, I'm a heifer. No, she just kept trying to reach his, softer side and talk about how he apologized and we don't have to do this and you're better than this. Stop saying my name. I was like, right, tell him to shut up, Tom. She get on my nerves too.
Yeah, I was kind of with him when he was like, stop saying, why do you keep saying Tom? Because she was saying Tom like 100 times.
Terrible.
of course, he wants to show this, teach this guy a lesson, bashes him up with the flashlight as his gift to her. That's her Christmas present. And then he ends up, that's not enough because she's still in the car pleading for the guy. Talking about he need a hospital. Why would I think that the guy that just bashed him in the head cares that he needs a hospital? I don't understand what she was trying to do.
She was just a little late. She was a little late. That's all. We already knew what she was trying to do. When she got caught in that parking garage and the lights went off, she was still holding all that stuff. That's all I needed to see. Like when she catch air mid-air when the lights go off, girl, I'm gone. I ain't looking. I'm gone. She's still holding stuff and what? Girl, if you don't drop that stuff and get the hell out of here. No. After that, in my book, she was slow. I'm sorry.
She was in charge of the Santa suit. She had to hold on to the Santa suit.
Girl, I'm trying to hold on to my life. Girl, no. When the lights come back on, you and several other people can come back for that Santa suit. I ain't going to nothing. No.
So, of course, after he bashes the guy up with the flashlight and she's still crying for he need a hospital, he freaking mows the man down in such an amazingly gruesome scene. Did you like seeing the guts and intestines spill out?
It was cute. I was like, I don't know how much because at first I thought it was just these two, and I was like, well, she's on the cover, so somebody has to be the final girl. Like it was already empty, and we don't leave this space. So I was wondering where we were going to get the gore, where were we going to get the bodies, who was going to actually die. So I was here for this, like, oh, because if I just have to watch this and listen to her say Tom the whole time, I'm sorry, Nikki, I was going to have to cut it off. So I was happy to see it. I was happy.
Yeah, they put a little blood.
A little bit.
But I feel like that's what I like about this movie. It's very simplistic, but still effective in my humble opinion. But once he ends up, smashing old boy like a pancake, that's when Angela finally learns how to work the door that she's been trying to open for like 20 minutes.
That made me mad. Like, oh, it's real. It's real. Let me get out of here. Girl, you should have been out of here. This reminded me a whole lot. I was like, oh, Nikki, we should just watch Have you seen ATM?
Yes,
another Christmas one.
So yeah, now that is like a movie that I like to watch because I like to be tortured and I like pain. Like that's the only reason. That is like the worst movie ever, but I get a sick enjoyment out of it. Now hold on. Now I know you're not comparing this to ATM.
It reminded me a lot of the one. We got the one little sadistic stalker. We're in one location the whole time. The little chase. Even this, what we get here, where she's getting in the elevator and he's trying to use tactics, the water to get her out. This was very ATM to me. All he's missing is a leather bomber jacket and the physical ATM. But this is very much the same.
But this is also where we have him still in this crazy situation, saying stuff to her like he thinks stuff is normal. He really tells this girl that she need to have more respect for herself. Like, sir, you kidnapped me.
He's out of there. It's like, oh, this is a whole sociopath. Like, you know what? I expected better from you. If I tell you somebody needs to die on your behalf, you're just supposed to rock with it. I don't like how you're acting right now. You're not appreciating this gift. I just caught a whole body for you in your honor, and this is how you repay me. You ain't even eat the cranberry sauce on the plate. This is just not going the way I thought it would. This is a sad first date, Angela, but it's okay. We have more first dates to come. Like, no, crazy. I'm trying to get away from you. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm terrified. Jesus.
But he was, and I feel like that's also what makes him really creepy. Is for one, he's very calm. And normal in the situation, but then he'll suddenly have like an outburst where he's screaming and then he's calm again. I loved how he played that role. I just thought it was really effective.
No, I just love this moment in the elevator when he decided, like, she thought she had, like, oh, is anybody there? Like, oh, like he switched up his whole voice, became another person. Got her hopes all up, like, oh, is it? Like, oh, no, girl, I'm just playing, girl. It's just me, girl. Come on out of there. We got stuff to talk about. We were just getting to know each other. Like,
and again, just acting normal. She thinks she's able to reach help calling through the elevator, but really it's his Tom changed his voice, like, oh, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to talk to you. Like, I just wanted to talk. That's all. And he really is just telling her, like, you know what, fine, because she refuses to come out of the elevator. She refuses to talk to him. He's screaming. He's like, okay, fine, I guess I'll just stay in this parking lot alone because that's what everyone wants. And I'm just like, he is really batshit crazy.
Crazy. You love her so much, but we're gonna get her soaking wet, almost drown her, and send her out into the freezing. Like he's trying to lure her out, but I can catch whole hypothermia out here.
And I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna drown. Like, I'm not going out there. Or I'm just climbing the elevator like Mission Impossible. But yeah,
Remember she cried, the car fell out. The little girl fell out. It's just like, oh, Carl, like what?
Now I will say I wish we could have seen Carl get attacked and killed. I don't like that the body just pops up because it's already not. I mean, like you said, we just basically follow her. We know she's not going to die, so we could have added in Tom. I'm not Tom. Added in Carl, so we could have seen, a little more action on screen.
Just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way.
Yes, especially in a movie like this. But I still liked it. But yeah, that's one little knock that I had for it. So even though he is able to get her out of the elevator, of course she's still running, and this crazy guy is just like, you know what? I can't chase you around all night.
Child, the first thing I would have did as soon as he kidnapped me, I would have stabbed that dog because I know how you feel about dogs, but he would have had to go immediately because why are you giving me away? I'm trying to. He was a little bit too good of a guard dog. Like at this point, you're an accomplice and you have to die right along with your little master because you giving me away, sir. You got to go.
And you know what? Normally a dog dying in a movie is just such a, like, I hate it. That's the one spoiler I always want before I watch a movie. So trigger warning for anybody else: if you haven't seen the movie, the dog dies. Even though we talking spoilers, but if you still just gonna go watch it for the first time, prepare yourself. But this what be making me like, this is why crazy people don't need dogs, because why is you inserting a dog into your human mess and not a dog gotta die?
That even made me mad when she was trying to go back in for her purse and her phone, and she's wasting time trying to finesse. But girl, if you don't punch that dog in the face and go get that phone, you wasting time. Lord, she was moving too slow.
She was. And I'm the type of person, I'm really not scared. Like, you could have, like, this dog could be barking at me. I'm not going to be scared. Like, I'm just really not. You could bite me, but I need to get my purse. Like,
no, that's a rock waller. You can't bite me. You cannot bite me. But look, it was very clear that it couldn't get, it was just only so many places for her to go. So like when you have a moment to maybe get away or anything, to get a night, like girl, go for it. Like it was so many moments where she could have had the one, like it's the typical, oh, I'm gonna stab the killer one time in the shoulder, then I'm gonna run off like I did. Girl, you stabbing, you keep stabbing. That'd be making me mad. Keep going. What was you giving grace for? Kill him. But that's just me. But we wouldn't have no movie if we did that. But the time she was wasting there, and just she just was. It was later on, it seemed like she got smart. Like, okay, when we get into the cameras and her, knocking certain stuff down, like I don't need him to see me at all times. She did make some smart decisions in the end, but in the beginning, we were really slow.
Yeah, I feel like it was, for some reason, taking it a moment to sink in for her that you gonna have to save yourself. This man is really crazy. Like, there's no bargaining with him. He's not gonna let you go. So she did start to kind of wise up, like, oh shoot, I really gotta fight for my life.
Yeah. So and not even just her. Don't we open with him doing this to somebody else?
No. That opening scene was her. That's when she's in that trunk.
Oh,
because they show us the opening scene with that jump scare that I talked about, which is actually a scene that comes up where she's running around and she's able to get her cell phone. She's trying to call the cops, but she's handcuffed. So she tries to squeeze her hands through the little gate, which
no signal.
And she drops the cell phone, but she is able to call 911. But she ends up running through here, and the cops come. But that's when she's distracted by the TV. He ends up tasing her, puts her in the trunk of the car. So just as the cops are leaving, she's able to break through the trunk. That's the jump scare we get at the top of the movie. That's her in that trunk.
Okay.
So once, like, the second the cops is out, that's when she finally appears.
Then he unleashes the damn dog. Girl, you took
Yes.
too long. You watching him kiss on you. Girl, I don't care. He could have did more than that. Go get the
Right. I
oh.
worry about that when the cops going through the evidence. I got to get out of here. Like, I,
No,
I really wouldn't have cared.
he's doing too much. He had time to sing songs and do his Elvis performances. Like, girl, you had a lot of idle time. He was living his best life, spinning records, being a DJ. Like, girl, you could have you had so many things that you could have done.
Right. And this is what made me mad and made me feel like, you know what? This is a scenario I could survive because after the dog chases her, which Tom is so batshit crazy. She probably should have been dead. Like your dog would have killed her, sir. But she's able to. They have this rental car area in the parking garage, a whole office in there with keys to cars. And after she kills the dog, I'm sitting here like, baby, do you know that would have been my first
Yeah.
stop? I would have went in there for a phone to call the cops or either keys, and I would have tried to ram through that gate, which I wouldn't have made it because you can't really crash. But at least when the cops came, they would have been able to know something was awry. Like, I'm like, why didn't we try to go in here?
Yeah, because she wasn't she was scared, she was trying to talk Tom off the ledge. She just thought, if she talked, she didn't realize how crazy. I don't know why, because if you kidnapping people, like, and it was just like, you have nothing to lose at this moment. Like, this isn't like a stranger. This is a whole it's a stranger, but this is a security guard who actually works here.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
like, what was he going like? All right, well, let me unhandcuff you. I'll see you tomorrow. Like, no, he had intentions of taking you somewhere else or taking you out this world. So you don't have nothing to lose at this moment. She was, it just took her a minute to realize that.
Yeah, and she definitely, I will say, I agree. Like the pacing that it took her to finally really start fighting, like she wouldn't have survived the jigsaw trap. She would have spent the bulk of the time just sitting there contemplate, girl, like you gotta move, which I get it. The human reaction time could be a little slow, but she had a lot
Trying to
of
get
time.
me fired. Oh.
Again, Tom is just being very normal in this situation, and he finds his dog dead and is mad. He mad. Like, why would you hurt an
Why would
innocent
you hurt an
animal?
innocent animal? What's wrong? What kind of person that what's crazy?
Like he was really shocked and upset.
He was. He was. As far as he's concerned, I'm the innocent person. I'm just trying to be your man, trying to show you a good time, and this is the way you repay me. Then you're gonna kill my dog on top of that? Oh, you know what? You're not who I thought you were, Angela. Like,
But you know what I really want to know?
what?
She is able to call 911 when she finally breaks into the rental office, but
Mm-hmm.
the line is busy. That happens a lot in movies. Now, I ain't never
Lies.
called 911 outside of when I was like 5. Do 911 really be putting people on hold and be busy?
I don't, maybe it depends on what area you live in. Us down south, I have never been in a scenario where 911 needed to be called and they said, "Hold, please." Like, what? What? No, never. That's never. Especially when she was holding on a very long time. Like, absolutely not.
Yes. And I'm just like, is this real? Like, I want to just test it and call 911 and be like, you know what? I don't have an emergency. I just wanted to know that, like, if y'all would really answer the phone.
Yeah, you're gonna get arrested. Like,
I can't just test out 911. I just want to know if it actually works at all. Because
yeah, you getting arrested. Don't play on them people's time. We over here entertaining your phone call. We probably missed somebody who really needed us, ma'am. No, you go down to the station and ask a question. Don't you call them people?
I just want to do like, it was an episode of Seinfeld when Jerry calls 911 and he's like, "Hey, 911, how are you?" Just want to call one day.
No.
But we end up having Angela in a rental office. And now I like this part where Tom comes in looking for her and she's able to trick him into looking into the wrong cabinet. And I like how they do it because as she's hiding, you see his flashlight glaring over her. It looks like he's about to go to her cabinet, but she ripped her dress so it looks like it's hanging out. So he goes to the wrong one. She comes up behind him, sprays the chemicals in his eyes, like knocks him in the head with a canister, locks him in. The way he was yelling, Angela, He was heartbroken. Like Tyra, he was really heartbroken.
He was. She broke his heart. Like, he just wanted a date. He just wanted some company. He just wanted to show somebody a good time on the holidays. Like, girl, I've been watching you for a long time. You know, he romanticized this whole situation. This was the perfect. It kind of low key reminded me of. Did you see? What's the thing is on Hulu? Fresh.
Yes, I
Yeah,
saw
you know,
that.
it's just like, oh, you know, this is normal. Like, I'm doing what I got to do to, feed my appetite. Like, this is scary. Like, why you being so stiff, girl? I know I cut off a side of your ass, but don't you still care about me? Like, just completely delusional for the other person's like preference. Like, no, you're kidnapping me. You're hurting me. This isn't safe. This isn't okay. But down to the wire, he just like, I don't understand why she's treating me like this. I just wanted a date. I wanted a friend. Like, yeah, this is not how you get one. Crazy.
He don't understand why Angela don't want to meet him under the mistletoe. He just don't get it. But now this is something that made me mad and always makes me mad in one
Sure.
of these fight for survival movies is when you finally get into a car and drives recklessly. I don't need to speed. I'm in
Child,
a car. Like
child.
I
Not only
absolutely hate
that,
that.
like she had been through a lot, so I gave her a little credit for the reckless driving. As soon as she decided for it to be a duel, I was like, "Ma'am, what? what? This is a showdown. Like, come on, like, all right, boom, like, yeah, I've been waiting on this all night. Come on, like, girl, what? What is this? What
I
you
don't know why she wanted to play chicken. Like, yeah, that irked me. That made me mad. Like,
You just
girl,
watch your
please.
whole life, and you up here trying to be." Oh,
I don't know why we did that, but she ends up like celebrating that she won in chicken, and then she crashes and the car flips over. Like,
yeah. I didn't know if she was. I was like, we got all the way here to die, girl. You gonna make it out of this or not?
right. But then when he comes over, she pretends to be knocked out, and
Mhm.
he's still just acting so
Like, oh,
normal.
chill up.
And I love when how he keeps saying throughout the whole movie, "Let me help you," and
Yeah.
Angela's like, "Let me help you for a change." And she got these like those metal nail files. She
Mhm.
got one of those when she was in the little office trying to undo her handcuffs, but couldn't. So that's what she used to stab him in the eye.
Mm.
And I had a visceral reaction to him pulling that nail file out of his eye.
Oh,
I
I
felt
was
that.
here for it. I was here for it. I was like, "Oh, finally, somebody better die." I was hoping that he was gonna kill them 2 cops. Like, "Girl, give us some type of carnage. What you doing? You gonna kill nobody?"
I wish you would have killed the cops too.
You already killing everybody else. What's 2 more cops? Just come on, let's get this done.
But she's able to use the handcuffs, strangle him, which doesn't kill him, it just knocks him out. And then she gets the keys off of him, handcuffs him to the car. And he just is like, I just wanted us to be friends. Tyra, has any of your friendships ever started like
Oh,
this?
please, please, please. I stay clear of anybody who even remotely I feel like they may be a Tom. Absolutely not. Stay clear of all the crazies. Like it's a little too nice, a little too extra. You could already tell that something was off about him. Like, absolutely not. Like, no. It felt
Like
it
he's
felt like a show,
literally
like he was putting on a persona to get her. Like, it just, hey, we're watching it, so you just never know. But I'm staying clear of all things Tom.
he's literally sitting handcuffed after holding this woman hostage, violating her, changing her clothes, trying to drown her in the elevator,
Mhm.
sicking Cujo on her, and he
Chasing
really sits
her,
there
freezing
and
cold in that garage, tasing her, putting her in the trunk, chloroforming it, like a whole lot. Like, you have tortured and tormented me this whole entire night to the point of the brink of death. Just to go, well, I just Angela, I just wanted us to have some alone time. What? And I really would want to know, like, if he would have just, hey, I'm Tom, I'm security. I was wondering if you like to hang out sometime. Like, she might have
yeah, but this was his way of wooing her. Every man has their ways. This was Tom.
said, yeah, it's trash. I was so happy when he got his little comeuppance. Get out of here.
But he's sitting there and literally has the nerve, the gall to say, why can't we be friends? Why can't we spend Christmas together? Now, this is a part that really was always crazy to me. Now, Tyra, tell me if this is all black people, or was this just my experience? Now, this movie came out in 2007. That was
Mhm.
like 2 years after I graduated high school. And he says to her, "Do you hear me, you stupid effing punt with a C, right? The C word."
Oh, yeah, they
When
love
I
that
tell you,
word.
I had never heard that word a day in my life until I like
Mm.
heard it in movies,
I don't
and I
know. That's a
never
Caucasian.
understood. Okay, because I'm like, is this like
That's a
something like
Caucasian word if I ever heard one. I ain't never heard stupid any like old school horror, especially if you want to get into like a 80s, not like they was the aunts were all outside, or if I'm watching like a something drag or gay oriented and it's like cunt, 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 like boom, cat, 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 cat. Those type of aunts, you'll hear it there, but just in like to curse someone, like, oh you, like I've never heard that, never in my life. Like, please, somebody called me that, I would bust out laughing. Like, what you say?
right? That's what I was thinking. Like, I wouldn't even like, okay, I am
Mm.
I, because I'm like, it doesn't even register. And I'm like, anytime I see a movie, the woman gets so, and I'm always like, why she mad? Like,
Oh my god, he called me. I can't believe it. Like, what? I'm like, oh, okay.
and I ain't
That's
gonna tell you, I was even more confused when I found out what the word meant. Like, oh, okay, he called you a vagina. Like,
yeah.
you got that mad. Like, I'm still confused to this day. Like, why do women in movies get so mad when they
Cause
get
it's
called that?
that's a slur. Like in my mind, you just called me a bitch. You just called me out my name. He just called me like they be taking their word serious in these movies. And them little
Yes.
Caucasian circles, like, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you. They get very upset. Like I wouldn't be one for it. I'd be like, my ass. I'll get confused. Like, yes, yes, queen. Say it again. Like, oh, you meant that in a derogatory way. My bad. I missed it.
Right. Like, so after every single thing he did to her, she ready to just walk away. But the moment he calls her that word, she lights him on fire.
Like that did it. Like, you know what? Everything else, I was gonna let everything else go. Okay, everything else, but I'm not gonna stand for that. Ugh.
Like, I could forgive you tasing me. I could forgive you messing up the kids' Christmas presents, drowning me. But that word? Oh, hell no. You can't call me that now, Tom. Like, I thought that was the craziest thing. So, of course, I feel bad for Tom. Tom ain't deserve to die. Tom should have been in a mental institution. Tom was crazy. But
Yeah. He shouldn't have called her the C word. I don't got no pity for him. She was walking away. You had to take it up a notch, and she did what needs to be done. I don't feel sorry for nothing. Nope.
so the fire sprinklers, get set off. She's able to use Tom key to finally unlock the gate, get free. She's soaking wet, walking through the streets as it's snowing, no shoes. But what
Nothing.
really capped the movie off for me is you see the sirens heading in her direction. The movie fades to black, and we hear somebody say, "Hey, you all right, lady?" Nigga, do I look all right? Do people that are all right walk outside in the snow wet and barefoot? Like, that
And
really?
bloody, wet, barefoot, and bloody. Oh, they gotta do that in movies. Oh man, is everything okay? Like, what? Do it look like I'm okay? Ugh.
Okay, Joseph said that the C word toward Caucasians is like the N word. Like, come on, child. Okay, like, I'm gonna let y'all have that because I like that word. You could call me that all day, and I'm gonna just sit there like, all right, like, it means nothing to me. But apparently, it is
Mm.
the biggest offense.
I'm gonna start. As soon as I'm in a white circle, I'm gonna say it and see what happens. I was seeing everybody like gasp for air, like, like, oh my gosh, did you hear what she said? I'm gonna just say it because I want to see what happens.
What was your overall feelings on P2?
2 is a cool movie. Personally, I'm gonna always just stick with ATM. I was like, "Child, I could have watched ATM." Just a few more bodies drop. I love, like, if it's gonna be one location B type horror movie, I just come here for the I'm a whoever. What's your boy's name? Who be talking about the carnage?
Oh, you talking about Cody Leach?
Yes, Cody Leach. I'm here for the carnage. If you're gonna just be a little low budget situation, we're gonna be in his parking garage, not leave. He's gonna just chase and antagonize this one person. I need hella bodies to drop along the way. Enough bodies didn't drop for me, but it is something like maybe during the holidays, if you had like a little horror-thon type situation, I would put it in there. It's not, cheesy to the point that I'm like, okay, I'm not watching this anymore. It's cool.
Now, when I think of, I love this movie. Like, I can't rave about it enough. Like, I absolutely love P2. I remember seeing it for the first time when it came out. Loved it then. I think it's aged well. But
Mm,
when I think of my favorite type of like thrillers or horrors, I absolutely love an isolated location and a fight for your life scenario. So
mm,
when you think of like because I just feel like that feels so visceral. That feels so like I love all types of like scenarios with thriller and horror, but I love stuff that feels more real life. So
mm.
like being
So
isolated,
something
being
like Hush.
yes,
Mm.
yes. Like that feels like something that could actually like my sister was talking about, let's go get a cabin for the, I want to be in no
Yes,
isolated
I'm here
secluded
for it.
cabin.
Let's go. You don't be scared. Just go. Ain't nobody coming for you. Ain't nobody coming. It's everybody first response. Soon as somebody mentioned a cabin or camping, let's go to the woods. I ain't trying to die. Girl, ain't nobody even looking for you. Most gonna roll up on you is a animal, maybe. Get out of here.
But I'm like, that's just that scenario. Like, I don't care. I just absolutely just love like even that movie Frozen. Have you seen that when they're stuck up on the slopes?
I keep seeing it like on Tubi. They always trying to like, hey, like a little nudge, like you want to watch Frozen. I'm like, nope. But I've heard like really good reviews about it, so I'm gonna check it out. That's another one on my list. It was next to P2. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out. If y'all didn't know, P2 is available on Tubi.
Yes, if you are interested in watching, it's actually free. I was like, oh shoot, because I never hear people talk about this movie,
Mm,
but I guess it's getting a little traction. It's free on the Roku channel, Tubi, Plex, Freevee, Pluto TV,
yeah,
and if you have a subscription to Shutter or AMC Plus, it's on there.
yeah.
So it's available a lot of play. But I'm like, I never hear people talk about this movie.
I hadn't
But
heard of it until
I
you mentioned
thoroughly,
it.
I see
And
that's
then
what
it's
I mean,
got
and I'm
Wes
like,
Bentley in it. Wes Bentley is good for playing a crazy person.
yes, yes,
Antagonizing somebody,
absolutely.
he's good for that. So this is early Wes Bentley. So that's always really good to see. He looks so
What
different.
is
I
your
was like,
favorite like scenario or atmosphere for a horror or a thriller?
"Mm, I like a slow burn type of situation. I'm fancy. I like sci-fi. I like an invasion of the body snatchers, aliens type of something like that where you never know, like just something where some like really heightened intensity. I like really good. I like the sophisticated horrors. Okay, okay, that's what I like. I
So
like
you
a
one
good
of those people that
slasher
like the
too.
elevator horror.
Yeah, I do. I do. I love me. My favorite horror is Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That is my drop dead favorite. Like, it's so many like highs and lows there. You get a lot of like intensity. You feel the loss. Like, I love a good horror movie. Like, if you could be horror and sci-fi and bring me to a little tear in the end, because when baby decides to disappear in the fields and he's holding her, I be gone. I be out of there. I'm like, oh Donald, she gone. I be sad. Oh, Donald Sutherland, she disintegrated. She's one of the pod people. Just run and just go. It's not her anymore. Or just when we have Sister Girl running around in the end, and she's like, oh, I don't know who I can trust out here. Oh, look, there's Donald Sutherland. Let me go over there. He's like, oh, damn, not you. Damn it. I almost thought I had somebody. I love that. I love that. I love anything because once you have Alien and then you have all of the movies that pretend to be Alien. I love when we can go up in space and we're isolated. Once again, we're isolated, but we're in space on a ship craft, and it's like, oh, what's that? Let me go touch it, and then you're gonna die. You done took something back with you on the damn spacecraft. I like those type of horror movies best, or just something really which I don't know if it's considered a horror. Have you seen The Wailing?
The Asian movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
Movies
think
like
that's like
that,
good
movies like
horror.
The Wailing, movies like, The Sadness,
Oh my god, the sadness was
mhm.
yeah, that now I'm surprised you listed the sadness. That movie was
Yeah, yeah.
insane.
Yeah, I like those type of movies. Those are the ones that I like. I like those horrors in particular. And then I can always get into a zombie situation. I like zombies.
Oh, I am so now that again for me is like just one of those subgenres that or I guess it's not a subgenre, just like the monster of it. I can't get enough of zombies. Like
Mm.
I love zombies so much.
You see,
Give me zombies all
zombies.
day.
I love me some Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like I like the dramatics of it all. Like I do. Like that's why I love the first Candyman so much. Like it's something poetic. It's some substance to the story. Like I not on a good day, I can't just throw in a couple of slashers and just let Freddy, Jason, and all the other ones run amok. But yeah, something like the first Hellraiser. That's my stuff right there. All the body horror, and then it's like the little eroticism. It's a little ooh, ooh, wee, Frank, hey, Frank. I like that. I like that. I like that. I
I
like that.
absolutely love Hellraiser. Oh, like upset Jesus wept. Like I love
I love that. All of that. Just I love me some good body horror. I love that. Like we could get gross. I'm here for that. I like for something that's good. Like if I gotta like turn away, I like that. And then pretty much I guess everything. I'm not gonna say everything. A lot of the stuff that A24 has dropped these past few years. I'm like, oh, these are like different. I all a little stylized. Because I don't know how you would feel. Like, do you like stuff like Midsummer and what's the other one?
You know what? I'm not a fan of like Midsummer, Hereditary, the
Yeah,
like
Hereditary.
elevated horror movies. I
Not
tried to
at
see
all.
I tried to see Midsummer. I cut it off after like 10 minutes. That girl got on my nerves. She was so
Oh,
whiny and
right.
clingy. And then I tried to see Hereditary. I saw it for like 15 minutes. After the boy, spoiler alert, if you have not seen Hereditary, after his sister died, he just walked in the house and lay the hell down. I was like, child, I'm out of here. Like, what the hell is this?
I really like regardless if like Hereditary has one of the best acting performances from the lead, I think it's Tony
Tony
Collette.
Collette.
Yeah. It's the best when you just finish it just for her. If it's and it's also really good. Like it's really good. I love like Midsummer. I'll leave Midsummer on the ground. I didn't have my fill of the cult situations and all of that. It looked like Burning Man, and I always found Burning Man to be a little boring. I'm okay with that, but I think you should watch it. I think the ending and the payoff is just really really good, and that you should check it out. I think you should give it another chance and try to make it be 10 minutes.
Well, I might try and finish Hereditary, but I'm
Did
like,
you watch The Witch then?
I have not seen The Witch.
Oh,
Like
you've been asleep. Oh, you've been
it's
watching
not
all the
gonna
other
come.
old school horrors from the 2000s, 90s, and 80s on down.
Well, see, I don't watch everything. It has to
Yeah.
kind of like I don't know. I'm just not into the like elevated horror. I hated It Follows, and everybody raves about it. I thought of
Mhm.
like it's not my like. Give me more of the sadness, like or Hellraiser. Give me something like yes, give me a good, actually creepy, well written story. But like, give me some gross out like discuss. I feel like stuff like Midsummer. I don't want to see him and his friends talking and like I don't know, like who gonna get sliced up? Like I just kind of feel
No, nobody except for that old couple. Nobody. Everybody in the end, like all of those elevated situations, there's built up tension to like have a big impact or death on the end. They never just outright. Nobody's dropping bodies, and
you think I ain't got
no.
time for that. I'm gonna be watching like God, nigga, die.
So I'm sure you like. I was like, I like those. That's why I just kind of stick in the realm of just the old school. I'll watch the old school movies like I've never seen them and keep going because we don't get like gory like Videodrome type of movies anymore. Like they don't make stuff like that. Or like The Fly. I will watch The Fly any
Oh, I
day
love
and
the fly.
just be like, oh my god, and get cringy every single time he starts to remove stuff from his body because he's
Oh,
falling apart.
yeah.
They don't really make stuff like that anymore. They just want to elevate everything, which I like, but it's okay to still stick to what the old school stuff that we like.
Yeah. So what decade would you say is the best for horror?
Girl, the 80s. What you talking about? That ain't even a question. It's always going to be the 80s. Like I love the 80s. I really do. I like the like the later 70s too, but like the 80s is good because that's when it was. I think it was like the horror renaissance then, and then the 90s it slowly started to try to like kind of fall off, and then we get to the later 90s, early 2000s, and they kind of start to kind of pick back up. When I think about 90s, like I just think about Scream. Like it's not a whole lot there to me, in my opinion. I just think about Scream and stuff like Scream adjacent. Oh, Cherry Falls and
I
Urban
love
Legend
J
and
Falls.
all of those. Like they were, the man who's the killer, those type situations, which are, cool, or like what is it? I'm trying to think what it's called. I think it's called Disturbing Behavior. Like
I
those type of
love that
movies.
movie.
All that was in there. Of course, we have my gems like Faculty, aka Invasion of the Body Snatchers adjacent. I love
Yes.
those, but like I love the 80s like down no matter what.
See, I some of my absolute favorite horror movies are from the 80s, like Demons and the
Mhm.
Blob remake, but I feel like I'm not a big fan of 80s horror as a whole. It's
Mm.
way too cheesy and campy for my taste. Like I like a little but it's like too much. I really feel like the 21st century is my favorite
Mm.
horror. Like I feel like it just, of course, like movies like from the 70s. I absolutely love Attack of the Body Snatchers, and like The Thing. It set the foundation, and
Mm.
it's definitely classics for a reason. But I feel like the genre just got better, and I feel like it's the reason why more people are a fan of horror. Like
Mm.
I remember growing up, horror was not a popular genre, but now
Mm.
it's the most popular genre. I think that happened for a reason.
I just love that we have multiple, like, I'm just here for all the slashes. Like, I love that I can go to the 80s and just hand pick, like, okay. Cause those 2000s, it's like we had a resurgence of like, oh, we're just gonna remake Jason and we're gonna get, Leatherface and just put it like I just love to be there. Like all the early Leatherface, like the one they sleep on, I think is it the is it the second? I think that's the second Leatherface where it's like really campy, or is that the third one? It's like over the top campy Leatherface. Like
I think you mean a third one.
he's all erotic, like a horny child running around. But like those, I love those. Like I love those. Look at you with super chats in the house, man.
Let's check out the super chats. Let's see what we got. Thank you, Fletcher. I suck at games channel for the support hugs and support. Happy New Year. Happy
Thank
New
you,
Year to you,
Fletcher. Thank
Fletcher.
you, Fletcher
Thank
Williams.
you
Thank
so
you,
much.
thank you, Fletcher.
And let's see. We
Oh,
got Swak fan 100. Did I say that right? I'm late, but just saying what's up. Better late than never. Thank you so much for the support. If anybody wants to
yeah.
support, we truly
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
Fletcher.
Thank you.
Always rolls up and supports. When he has a moment to be here, he supports and sends a super chat every single time. And I appreciate you for that to no end. Cause baby, Dry County. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. But yeah,
Body Snatchers and Thing was OG. Yes, I
yeah,
completely agree. And
love
I
Thing.
have a special
Thing,
relationship with
them,
Thing.
all of that. I came here to chew up bubblegum and kick ass. You gonna leave that for the 21st century? All right. You gonna leave
I
John Carpenter for the 21st century?
The thing is literally, and I absolutely hate questions like, "What's your favorite like movie?" There is no one, but if I had
Mhm.
a gun to my head, if I was in a saw trap and I just had to say one, it would be John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
That movie is so perfect, but I actually didn't like it when I first saw it.
What?
And it was no, hold not. It's a reason though, because my mother was a teenager when The Thing came out. John Carpenter's The Thing, and I
Mm.
spent my whole childhood with her regaling me when she saw it in theaters and how iconic it was when she saw it. She was so scared she had to walk out of the theater for 5 minutes.
Oh wow.
Dramatic, okay? I love that movie, but that's dramatic as hell. So imagine being built up like you were so scared you left the theater. So when I finally saw it, I was like, "You walked out because of this?"
Mm. This was her exorcist. Like, you know what? It's
Yeah.
just too much. I gotta walk out. I'm getting ready to vomit. Fletcher said he just subscribed to your channel. Thank you so much, Fletcher. Thank you.
Thank
Fletcher
you,
stay
Fletcher.
supporting. Thank you.
But yeah, I feel like I definitely The Thing is like one of my favorite movie ever. It is
Mm,
just perfect from top to bottom. I don't see any flaws. Just I
that
that's
ain't
one
me.
of those movies that I literally can watch it. Like I remember one time I saw it twice in 24 hours. Like it just doesn't get old
It's
for me.
good. Kurt Russell is like in his bag. I love me some old OG Kurt Russell. Got Keith David there because Keith David just was everywhere.
You know
Being
what? People always talk about Kurt Russell in The Thing. Charles is my favorite. Like Charles is my favorite character in The Thing. I feel like
really.
I would be Charles. But Tyra, let me ask you something about The Thing. And
Mm,
I feel like one thing that I feel like no movie has ever been able to replicate is the suspense factor of The Thing.
mm,
They were it was just so brilliant. The whole not knowing who it could be. Even when we
yeah.
talk about that key, and he's like, "Well, I always give it back to you, and I always give it back to you." But like we was trying to
No,
figure
it
out.
is. It's good. Once you get to the blood test, it's like, oh my god, I wonder who is this? And then like, I knew it wasn't nobody. Then it's like,
Yes, I love that. But you know what? I always felt like so we get to the end of The Thing, and people
mm,
always debate was Childs The Thing or was Kurt Russell. I feel like Kurt Russell was The Thing.
yeah. I always thought that. I always
Okay,
thought that. He
okay.
had he had too much time to be alone with the thing. I don't know. David was sitting there like, all right, I guess we gonna just sit here and I ain't taking my eye off. He had sense enough to not just completely wipe it out. But I never just went like, oh no, it's Kurt Russell, so he could never be the thing. No, he was the thing with the A. No, he wasn't. He
Not
wasn't.
with the A. Yeah, I definitely always felt that it got Kurt Russell. It got him.
It did, it did, but I love that it's like ambiguous. Like it won't have
Yes,
to close everything off with the answer. Like just leave it alone. Oh,
yes,
very,
yes.
very good. Very good. Once again, we get more like invasion of you see how everything comes back to invasion of the body snatchers
That's
because it's
why
like
I'm
the best.
saying they are definitely like Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Donald Sutherland, The Thing, Demons, both the blobs, the black and white and the 80s blob, but the 80s
Mm.
blob is my favorite.
Oh
Those
yeah.
are literally some of my favorite movies of all time. Like I know
Oh,
21st
Night
Century
of the
movies.
Creeps.
Oh, Night of the
The
Creep, Night of the Living.
80s. You see how the 80s just keep creeping up on you. You need to come on
No,
over
it
here.
doesn't. It doesn't creep up. I feel like I watched the black and white Night of the Living Dead. I just saw that yesterday. Like still
For the
holds
first
up.
time?
No. Like I
Girl,
mean
I'm
like
gonna say.
rewatching. Like rewatching. I just
Mm,
saw it again yesterday. I
feel
watched the
good.
black and white Night of the Living Dead and I watched the remake with Tony Todd all the
Mhm.
time. And I
Mhm.
don't think anything comes close. But outside of those core movies that I love, I don't love that time period of movies
Mm.
as a whole. I feel like I can name a lot more movies that I love in the 21st century than I can name from the 70s and
Oh,
80s.
no, we got Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Night of the Living Girl,
Love
when everybody
Return of
was
Night
just
of the Living Dead.
oh,
Love that.
2 and 3, it was just getting real extra. Real extra, like, all the I love the practical effects of the era. It just feels
Yes.
like there was so much diversity. I know you will think about the '80s and just chalk it up to, "Oh, everybody was slasher and killing, girls in the woods, and, oh, look, it's
Like
titties out." Like,
Sleepaway
no,
Camp.
it was
Yeah.
not, it was not. Even Sleepaway Camp, we couldn't dare get a Sleepaway Camp today.
Yeah.
These are some profound movies that they hold it. And then like stuff like the first Nightmare on Elm Street, the first Friday the 13th, like it's really good, right? The Halloween, like even though that's 78, but I'm just gonna take that one just because I feel like it. Um this is like those are like really not even good. Oh, this is good for a horror movie. Like, no, these are really good movies. It's really good writing. Like I'm gonna stay with the 80s and just, stay myself over there. I love it. I love it. I love it. Never get another time like it. Them censors weren't censoring like they was. You could get away with all kind of stuff, all kind of derogatory. Like, really? Like, y'all got to say that? Like, yeah. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I will say I wish we did more. It's crazy how technology has advanced, but we definitely had better effect. Like I miss that is one thing I hate. I hate like it doesn't ruin my experience of a movie, but I do not like CGI in my horror. I want
Mhm.
practical. Don't give me no fake CGI blood. Like give me real practical effects. It makes no sense that
Mm,
the effects in the thing can hold up better than some 2000s horror because
child, the effects in the original thing to the effects in that little prequel they tried to do, child, it was
oh, that made me so mad. Yeah. And
terrible.
it makes it hard for me to cape for The Thing. I actually love the 2011 The Thing. I think it was a solid prequel. I like that movie, but it
Y'all
makes
don't judge Nikki. She don't know no better.
I feel like if it was not attached to John Carpenter's and it was just a standalone movie, I think people would have embraced it a lot more. But if you're putting it up against The Thing, of course it's inferior, especially when you don't use practical effects.
Nope.
Like,
And then no, you got to think about that. You know how many freaking anthologies we got in the 80s? Like, how you gonna leave the creep shows on the ground? Like, I need you to come. I need you to just come on around. Like, just stop playing. Like, I see Fletcher in the chat. Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, Cujo, The Lost Boys. Like, come on. We can go all day. I don't see the 21st century popping like that. I just don't. I just don't.
see, yeah, I'm
Never.
gonna go at 21st. And no, and I also feel like I go at the 21st because I personally like my horror as dark as possible. I don't like any type of comedic relief. And when I go back to movies like Nightmare on Elm Street, it was very comedic. And I'm just not, I love that movie, but I'm more of a fan of just complete dark, gritty horror. I don't want any relief from tension. I don't want anything comedic. And of course, I absolutely love Return of the Living Dead. Very comedic in that. Love it. But I prefer just a straight, dark, like, I want to shit my pants. Like, I can't do that if y'all making me laugh.
All right. I mean, it's more of campy than because it is the 80s, but there are some gems in there. Like,
Oh,
I love like the gems. I love the even when we get into something like Season of the Witch and just the campiness. I love a good like, hey, we're frat boys and we don't know what's going. Oh my god, is that a zombie? Like I you got the girl that I'm a cheerleader. Like, oh my god, my blouse just opened. I'm about to get stabbed. Oh, I like that. I like that. It just has so much rewatch quality to me. I love it. And then if you really look, because those are the things that come to mind first, but there are some really serious, because this is the moment where we got into the really dark stuff, like Last House on the Left type darkish, or Hills Have Eyes type darkish. Like a lot of that stuff was still coming down from the 70s and just really. And then we get like The Shining. Like, now if you was laughing doing The Shining, we gotta talk. It's some really good psychological things. Misery. Like, this is when Stephen King was really outside with the books. Like these, I feel like they're good. They're really, really good.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I definitely do not think that it is definitely a golden era. I'm just like, I gotta say, and you know what? I was one of those people that will always say, "Oh yeah, the '80s was the best. It was the best." But when I really sat to be like, if I listed every movie I love from the '80s and every movie I love from not movie, horror that I love from the '80s, horror I love from the '90s, and horror I love from the 21st century, my list for the 21st century is going to be longer. Like, yes, my list from the '80s will be better, but it won't be longer.
Oh, I love me some Chucky, some Child's Plays. Love me some Critters. All of them. I'm watching everything. I'm watching everything. Oh man!
Just
Somebody said
rewatch.
they like to see you review Drag Me to Hell.
Love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Naya, who you want to see? You want to see Tyra do? Tyra do Drag Me to Hell. That's the throwback.
They got some Drag Me to Hell coin. I need some Drag Me to Hell coin. Like, cause we've been real cute on this live, and you came and you said your piece. You ain't say nothing about why this gonna be the last horror situation on the channel. Like, yeah, it's got to be some coins. But I see Gremlins. My Gremlins is once again another Christmas movie you ain't put on the list. Why the Gremlins wasn't there? That's the Christmas. That's a down bad Christmas movie. That did not make your top 10.
No, Gremlins does not make my top 10. I'm not the biggest fan of Gremlins. It's fine.
Oh,
it's fine.
You know what? This is why we can't hang out, Nikki. This is
King Gore. See, King Gore gets it. Low key, mid 90s to mid 2000s doesn't get enough credit. 100%. I feel like people, and I honestly feel like, yes, I'm not saying I 100% feel like this is Tyra's true opinion because we know Tyra, But I feel like when I interact with a lot of horror fans, I feel like they just regurgitate stuff they feel like they have to say as a horror fan. And as
Mm.
a horror fan, you feel like you have to kind of respect the 70s. Like you can't say anything was better. Like, no, like it's blasphemy almost. Like, how dare you say you don't like Nightmare on Elm Street? Or how dare you say you don't like Texas Chainsaw? I'm actually not the biggest fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, honestly, the original. Like, it's fine. But that
Mm.
girl screaming at the end gave me a damn headache. Like, that was too much.
No, I'm not the biggest fan. I like the second one, and then I like the third one. Like it's very it's low budget, it's slow paced. It's good for like a because when we're not of any age to be around when these movies have come out. So certain stuff is just on your list. Like, if you're a horror fan, these are things you're supposed to watch because this is a part of the genre. Like, this is heavy. So you watch it. But mine's is I definitely love the second one and the third one more than I'm here for the campiness. So I'm gonna love those things. But like, yeah, just I think I watched The Gate with my kids the other day. Like, just
Oh, is that the one with the where that was in the kid's backyard?
yeah.
Yeah.
Just watching stuff. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, it's just something about those movies. That's why I said like the 70s and the 80s, because if you're looking for like more of the psychological, like I think it's Don't Look Now, or like your Carries, once again, the Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Suspiria, like all of those things are there. Like, it's I love that portion. 70s and 80s. I like the other stuff too, but if I had to like just pick one hill to just die on, like, I'm not watching no other horror but this. 70s and 80s is where I'm gonna stay.
Well, and that's why she does the throwbacks. That's the golden era over on Struggle Review TV channel.
It is. It's very, very befitting. I would love for because that's one thing that my subs don't pay for. Nobody ever pays for horror. I'm like, man, y'all. Just give me anything. Like, the Craft is maybe the closest I've come to, in the Queen of the Damned that's coming up. It's the closest I've come to somebody like legit like purchasing horror. Like, they just don't. Those aren't the things the people want to see me review for some reason.
Well, for some reason, we kind of know the reason. King Gore, we were talking P2, now we just talking horror, child.
Yeah, you gotta run it. You gotta run it back, King Gore, so we wrapped it up for P2. But yeah, anything else you want to say about the future of the channel and what's gonna be happening with that?
Well, as I said, this is my last horror covering horror or thriller on this channel, because as some of you might know if you paid attention to the community tab, which I really don't be paying attention to my community tab, but that's neither here nor there. But I did make the decision to start a horror channel, just strictly doing horror. It's called Pretty Girls Love Horror. If you are into horror, and I will be doing only horror thriller content over there, commentary, movie reviews. um
Mhm.
I have not made the decision to fully leave this channel. I honestly feel like I have an emotional connection to this channel. This is my first channel I started on YouTube. I named it after my brother that passed away. That's why my channel is called King Nikki. I do not call myself a king. King was my brother's nickname. So I just feel like I have a hard time cutting ties with this channel. It feels overly dramatic for me to cut ties with this
No, it
channel
just
because
not. It should be rightfully dramatic. You got the right to be dramatic, no matter what's going on with the channel. You work really hard on your channel and put up a lot of content, a lot of dedication. So
yes, and that is a part of why I made the decision, and it was hard, but I have been on YouTube for 2 years, almost 3. In a few months it'll be 3 years. I have over 500 videos on my channel. And I don't know if you guys really understand the time, the money, the commitment, the energy, the dedication, the stress, the tears that goes into uploading over five. And it really is much higher. I've deleted some of my earlier videos because I felt like the quality wasn't good. But I have really churned out so much content on this channel. But honestly, I feel like the channel is at a stalemate. It is not really seeing the growth I needed to see. Me
mm,
and Tyra had a conversation the other day when she congratulated me on reaching 1,000 subscribers. That was like 5 months ago.
mm.
And where are we now? So I just really feel like it is such a stalemate on this channel. But I'm not going to leave it. I do have some channel members, so I will be getting up members only content over here. But all of my energy will be, or the bulk of my energy will be going into my horror channel for the new year. We do have kind of a swan song live planned for tomorrow, where I will be going live to discuss and rank all of the new 2023 releases from this year that I watched.
Yes.
After that, I will be getting members only content up, but I can't say it's not set in stone. A burning bush did not tell me so, but as of right now,
And burning
it's going to
bush.
really just be members only content over here as I try to build up my Pretty Girls Love Horror channel.
Yeah.
And
They should go over there and support you on the Pretty Girl Loves Horror channel. Like, it's really hard to grow a channel, so I feel all your
very,
pain because child. It's really hard to start over because that's essentially what Nikki is trying to do. So you come over to I'm gonna go over there and leave the link for your new channel down in the chat for people to go and click and find you to go and show you some love over there and get into black girls talking about horror because we can never have too many of those. Like, just go and support the effort to start over. Like, it's really really freaking hard to start over. I can't even imagine right now just sitting here like, what?
yeah.
It's hard. It's very hard.
That's why it is really, because me and Tyra have been talking about, why don't you just do a straight horror channel? And I was so against it because I just think about all the time and effort it took me just to get to the little penny ante like space that I've gotten to, and I'm like, damn, I gotta start from zero again. Like, it already took me 2 years to hit 1,000 subscribers over here. Like, how the fuck long is it going to take me over there? Like, excuse my language, but I mean, I can't keep putting so much. Like, I'm working 2 jobs and doing YouTube is literally a 24-hour. Like, that is such a full-time job, and I'm like, I
Mhm.
honestly can't keep going at that pace. I'm really burning myself out, and just not seeing the return that I would like to see. Yeah, it literally, I mean, to be transparent, it literally took me 5 months to make $100 from YouTube. Like, that fucking ridiculous. Like, all the time and stuff that I put into this, and it literally, like, I can't.
Oh Lord.
I can't.
King Gore says, "Bet I got terminated in 2021. LOL. Starting over is a blessing in disguise on this platform. Why did you get terminated?
Yeah.
What did you do to get
I
terminated?
You
I'm
gotta fill in the
curious."
gap. Yeah. Do you have any
Oh
plans
man.
for content in your channel for 2024?
Honestly, Nikki, because I'm just talking to you now, like ain't nobody else here. Um, I really don't even know. The plans are, to start my Patreon and launch that. And this channel is gonna borderline become a just a place for advertisement to come over to my Patreon like soon because I it's the same as you and I know we have people like, oh, your channel's doing everybody thinks my channel's doing fine. If I don't feel like my channel's doing fine and I'm feeling stuck, stifled, and like I'm not growing at the pace that I would like to, or YouTube is constantly putting up obstacles for me not to grow, and it's not even the subs, it's that I have to, rework things to continue on to be able to do this. And Patreon is looking like that route, even though I really like what I do in the format and how I do it, but we might have to do something different next year. And I'm honestly not looking forward to it, but I'm also tired and I want to be tired for a good reason, not for a bad one.
Right. Right. And I feel like that was something really good you said that I feel like a lot of people don't have perspective on. It's like they look at your channel like, "Oh, you have 23,000 subscribers. Like, you're great." But I feel like people don't understand, number one, yes, of course you would be thankful for your growth, but at the same time, you shouldn't have to be thankful when you're not where you deserve to be. Like, when you say your subscriber count, it sounds like a lot, but when you look at over months, you should be gaining a certain momentum. and you
Yeah.
should be climbing at a certain pace. So it's like, are you supposed to be stuck at like 23,000 and then be happy when you find, like, you didn't even hit your, we talked about, you didn't even hit your end of the year goal for your subscriber count because
Yeah,
it's just
it was
not at a pace that it should
yeah.
be.
Supposed to be 25K, hopefully. That was what I was going for. And I past 2 years I've reached it, but this third year I was not able to reach 25K. I'm blessed, with the 23, almost 24K, but I'm very strategic about the channel and try to focus on not only giving good content but growth to make sure that what I'm putting out is what I'm getting back. And it's not there all the time, and it's stressful as hell, y'all. It's
Yeah.
stressful, it's heartbreaking, like, it's just really, like, because if I went into this like, oh, nobody can do this to get money, first of all.
Yeah.
This is not that. This is not that, because I know a lot of people, oh, you do YouTube, you got, oh, girl, how you making money? Ain't no fucking money here. There's no
Child.
money. There's no
Yeah.
money here. And it's not about that. It's just about people loving what they do and just wanting to talk about movies. Like, just
Yes.
want to talk about movies, and then just wanting to talk about movies like everybody else here. Like, there's no room for comparison, because that's just, you gonna kill yourself on here trying to compare yourself to other people. But for certain scenarios, when you come to like time restraints and certain restrictions for, certain videos and like, it's just a lot of stuff doesn't come off as fair. And there's a lot of like politics that come with YouTube that you just aren't aware of. So you have to figure out different ways to still do this. And I wish I could be one of those people, like, I just, out of the kindness of my heart, I just, I want to put in all this damn effort. Work hard on my videos, make sure, I'm giving you guys great content just out of the kindness of my heart. And I want, like, no, baby, I need a coin. This is hard.
Yeah.
This is hard. This is literally like the hardest job I've ever had, the most work I've had to do with a job ever. And I never thought I would say that about YouTube. I thought this was gonna be the easiest little cute little situation. I did. I said, I'm gonna get on here and talk about these movies, and child, this ain't gonna be no skin off my back. Like, how much time it's gonna take? All fucking day. All day, a couple days. Like, it's just really, really it's hard to be in this space, like, mentally. It's hard. It's hard to be in this space mentally, like, because I know a lot of people, when they see, what you're saying about, just servicing, the members that you have, or trying to start a new channel, or people starting Patreons, and like, oh, y'all just trying to get a buck, y'all just trying to, like, it is so not about that. It's about that, and like so many other things, as to why Nikki would make 500 fucking videos and start over. First of all,
Yeah.
start over, like, to make that many videos and just feel like, what, I think my best bet would be to start over, says a lot about the type of space that this is. Or for me to be fortunate enough to have you guys, some of you guys support and pay for content and super chat and things like that, to want to have to resort to like something like Patreon and secondary platforms. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that. I really want to just make videos, and it just seems to be yes, honey. Go ahead, honey. It seems to be getting harder like every day, and I just can't just come take the charger from right under my butt. Thanks, honey. I love you too. Come ruining my speech. Here comes the other one. What do you want?
Can I go to my dad's house? Now.
Get out of here.
Mama,
You can go to your father's house. Just get out of my room.
oh, okay. Well,
You see, get out. I love you too. These are the obstacles that I face every time I try to make a video. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, you just pump out. Like, there is no pumping out of content here. It's a lot of things that comes with, Tyra making a good video. Like, ciao. And I don't care. I'm like, I don't care what's going on or how I'm feeling about YouTube or my growth or my subs or whatever. I'm gonna try to put the best video. I put out every single video with the intention of like, this is my first video I'm putting out. Like, I'm trying to give 100% every single time. And then it's just kind of getting to the point where it's just like, is it worth it giving my 100% if nobody's actually gonna ever see it? Like, sheesh. And then
And
when
that's
you
how
see
much
people give, if you give 100 and you see people give, 30, and they're like, no splice to any of those people, get it how you live. But it's just like, damn, why can't just give me half of what that person has and I'll be chilling? That I'll be chilling.
That's why
Oh.
I'm like, I hate when people make comments like, "Oh, you just want money," or you just. First of all, anybody doing anything, what I mean, Beyonce loves to sing, but she ain't gonna do it for free. You know what I mean? Like, I absolutely hate when people say stuff like that. And it's like, even when you were talking about you never thought you would work this hard for like youth. When I tell you one thing I always say is I don't believe in hard work. I believe in working smart, not hard. I do not think the human existence should be centered on work and accomplishment. I think life is
Yeah.
bigger than that. And I feel like it is such a scam. Like you can work some of the like hardest working people are lower class, like don't have a lot of money. So that's why I always say like I'm not going to work myself to the bone, but YouTube is the first thing I've ever done in my life where I literally fucking work myself to the bone. And it's like, I don't think that's why I hate when people are like, well, you just want money. Well, hell yeah. If I'm working as hard as I'm working and I'm spending money on equipment and hell yeah, I would like to see
Mm-mm.
some type of return because who the fuck would like, sorry, I keep cursing. Who the heck wouldn't? Like, it's just, but it's like frustrating. Even when I have like, I remember there was like a cycle where when I say I was like pushing out content, like recently I did like 5 lives in a 7-day week. And
Mm.
I'm like, I don't know if people even, and I started doing more lives to try to alleviate the time I was spending on content because it takes so long to edit. And when I go live, at least
Well,
I don't have to edit. But it's
lives are
still,
still time consuming.
it takes a lot of time and effort putting the fucking slides together. It was the video I did for the upcoming 2024 movies and TV show. Like, no lie. Tara, what did it take? Like 18 hours to do those fucking slides? I was literally about to punch a hole in the wall. I was literally about to say,
Oh,
F you, F all this. Like,
mm-hmm.
it literally takes, and I don't even have kids. Like, it's just me and my dogs. But trying to work a part-time job, a full-time job, spending 18 hours doing damn slides or working on YouTube, watching the content, taking notes on the content, and then also trying to figure out YouTube. Like what's the title I should do? Like what's the next content I should do? What's going to actually build it is so daunting. And I consider myself objectively a mentally strong person. Like I'm almost 40 years old. Everything that could have been like said to me, like I done been through a lot in my life. Baby, YouTube is a lot mentally. Like it is.
Kicking
Every
your
day I be
butt.
like, I'm ready to quit. Ready to quit.
Kicking your butt. Kicking your butt. Like I can't the subs drive me not to quit because it ain't been YouTube for quite some time. But with the subs, I'm gonna say the subs who do show up to support because everybody doesn't show up to support, and that's another thing that like kills the channel. I know a lot of people like nobody's asking anybody to know all of the YouTube facts and history. So a lot of people like what the hell is my like and my sub or me leaving a comment gonna do? Girl, it's just me. Like get over. I'm just coming to watch and I'm gonna silently walk away and not say nothing every single video. Like no, it makes a big hell of a difference. Like it's just that's the part that kills me. Like just the subs not participating on the free end, like because I know a lot of people like, girl, I ain't paying like a lot of stuff. I don't expect for you to pay for anything. I don't expect for you to hit me over the super chat or anything. If you do, that's a blessing and I appreciate it, but it's not expected. I just want you to like the video and leave a comment. Like that's all I want you to do. And then not even just that, but like I feel like just with us being black here, they only want us to talk about certain things. And if we're not talking about those certain things, and that goes for our subs too, they're not engaging. Like I notice, certain stuff, I'll get really high engagement and everybody's here for that. Everybody showed up to that live. But if it's just like, cause you be seeing them comments, they be trying me who paid for this? Like what? Like, oh my God, I just wish that I could get genuine support like every single time because I see a lot of people like I don't give a damn like what this person's talking about. I just love this person so much that I'm gonna support and watch them regardless. No, but it's just very nitpicky. Like, oh, what's she talking about? Yeah, girl, I'll come back to mine. Like, God. I just really would love like unwavering support. And I know like it's delusional to feel like, oh, every single person who subscribes is going to support you every day. Like that's malarkey. That's never happening. That's never happening. But I know in my mind, once I got the ratio down, I was like, oh, well, you have this many subscribers physically, mentally, and physically on paper, you actually have this many. So if the mentally, physically on paper is not matching up to what I feel like should be showing up, I'm like, okay, something is wrong and I need to switch up something I'm doing so I can survive in this space.
Yeah, and that's another reason why I wanted to start over because and it's like of course I subscribe to people on YouTube and I'm a different type of subscriber to each person. There are certain YouTubers I pay for their subscriptions. Like
Yeah,
I feel like I don't care what they're talking about. I just like them. So I'm going to pay for a now do I pay for a subscription to everybody I'm subscribed to? No, of course not.
yeah,
But there are different ways of like supporting someone if you like their content. And like you said, liking a video goes a long way for the algorithm, commenting on the video, viewing the video, all of that goes a long way. And having what I call dead subscribers goes a long way in
yeah.
hurting the channel. And it's like if I have 1,000 subscribers, but only 20 people watching a video, that 980 dead subscribbers are hurting the channel because it's telling YouTube, oh, these people that subscribe to her aren't even
They
engaging with her
don't even
content.
care. They don't even care.
Right.
What
Why
we
would we
putting this in the
push it?
algorithm for?
Right. Like, why would we push it to other people if the people subscribed ain't even watching? And of course, every single person I'm subscribed to, I don't watch every single thing they do. Like
Yeah,
I said, it depends. And there are some people I wait for their content to kind of build up and I binge it. Like you are a
yeah,
different subscriber to different channels,
yeah.
but I'm not like everyone's going to be a different kind of supporter. But that's why I want to start over because I personally feel like my ratio of loyal subscribers and my ratio of dead subscribers are at
Dead.
such an imbalance that it does make me feel like, well, I don't know what else I could have done, but I'm like, what did I do wrong to not have cultivated a more loyal community? So maybe I need to
It's
just
hard,
start
Nikki.
over.
It's hard. Like I've given so much of myself. I'm a very private, antisocial person. I
You
am
do
not
me
the most
both.
social. I am not the biggest social person in the world. I'm not the friendliest person in the world. Like I keep to myself, my little circle of friends, my kids, and my man, my little family. That's it. I'm not. I'm a homebody. Like that's just not me. I'm not a big socializer. If you know me like that, you're gonna get the tire that you get here. But I didn't see any growth until it was just like, as you call extra, because she love to call me extra. I didn't see, and it wasn't just like me wanting to be fake or be over the top, or I just noticed something. I was like, if I don't do something, I'm gonna disappear in this space. I'm gonna disappear in this. I was like, okay, I'm a female. I'm talking about movies, and I'm black, and I'm on YouTube. Child, don't nobody want. Ain't nobody looking for none of that. Nobody's looking for any of that. So I was like, I can't. Sadly, I didn't feel like I was fortunate enough to just get on here and I'm just going to talk about movies and that's it, like everybody else. And I'm not going to do any extra bells and whistles and stuff. I was like, nope. I think if I do the bells and whistles, I'll have a better chance of being noticed. And boy, did it work.
Yeah.
So it was just like, oh, I can't just, talk about the movies. Like, I should say be funny. I should be, charismatic. I gotta, sell a joke. I gotta, make them laugh, make them cry. You gotta do everything. You gotta be everything, be freaking everything. And, be extra, as you say, just to be noticed here. I felt like if I didn't do any of that stuff, I was just going to disappear. And I didn't want to take that risk because I was like, I need some growth to happen. I need something to happen. How can I make the people find me? Me just wanting to give my opinion and expecting somebody to care. No, you gotta entice the people to come in. Like it's almost like begging. Like, come on, you gotta lure people to water. Like I was like, okay, well, let me open it. And all I gotta do is skit. And then let me do like, oh, I should probably dress up doing the skit. And then that compiles on the work that I'm doing for just one freaking video. I love it. I love the outcome. And I'm just like, oh, Tara, this me talking to myself because I do that. Tara, it was good. It was a good video. I love the video. I was so funny. I was like, and then it's just like, oh, but what about when I don't want to do that? What about when I just want to just talk about the movie? Less engagement.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's different. But it did make me it made me love what I do more. But I thought mentally, not even just being seen, I was like, if I like hit everything on all cylinders, my growth is gonna like, I have to get what I'm putting out. I feel like it's gonna be so good because I feel like I'm doing so much more than somebody else just to talk about a freaking movie. And I was like, oh no, I'm getting stifled like everybody else and being stuck and being getting stuff demonetized and getting buried and not being put into the algorithm. Like, why? Why? Like, then it was like, oh, it was taking the fun out of what I love to do most. I love dressing up. I love my skits. I love the extraness. As y'all don't know how much she bothered me about being extra. she be on my case all the time, like, oh my god, Tara, you doing the most in this video. I love this video, but you doing the freaking most. I was like, yeah, I just not even that, but with the guys, paying for it, I was like, I really want, the person who paid for it to really enjoy it and get their life. Like, oh yeah, Tyra didn't do me a disservice. I feel like I wasted my money. Like, oh no, girl, this was good. I just want everybody to be satisfied and just, be put into the algorithm and have fun at the same time. But that is too much to ask for on this stinking platform.
And I feel like that's one of the things that I struggle with, but I feel like when I'm very passionate about a certain thing, I'm just not going to budge, even if it's like kind of to my demise. And I feel like that is one of the ways where I feel like you kind of navigated this space smarter than I have, is because like I feel like I don't want to have to be pretty or be about how I look or razzle and dazzle and do all I want to be able to do like I see other YouTubers in this space do, sit in front of a white wall and just talk about a fucking movie, sit in front of the same green screen all the time. And I even said, like, I'm moving soon, I'm like, I don't think I'm finna just keep buying this software and doing this green screen, and I'm gonna just sit in front of my white wall, I'm gonna sit in front of my sofa like I see other people do, and they have 200,000 subscribers, because I feel like it should be about what I have to say. And I feel like no, it's not just about what you have to say.
It's not
a woman.
It's
about how you look.
It's sad. I hate saying like, oh, I was fortunate enough to realize it wasn't just about, us, giving the best content and trying to give the best review possible. I learned that real fast and I hate it. I was like, nope. Everybody comes to this channel for something. Some people don't some people are visual. If you don't look a certain way, they're not going to stay. They're not going to subscribe. They're not going to care about what you're saying. Some people are listeners. If they feel like, oh, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, they're not going to sit. They're not going to stay. Some people want to laugh. Oh, this is boring. Or some people want more literary discussions. And this is a little too comical. She's having fun. I just want her to get to the point. Some people want lengthy discussions. Some people want something short. Like, some people want me to shut up, stop singing my songs. I'm never going to do that. Never happening. Never ever happening.
No,
everybody comes for something different. So I was like, I gotta make sure I look okay, make sure my video's funny, make sure I know when to be serious, make sure I know when to slow it down, make sure I know when to insert a joke, maybe I should put a gif here, make sure my editing is on point, make sure, like, that was a whole nother beast getting to edit. I was like, what did I do to myself? Why did I do this to myself? Oh, thank you so much, Bree. Keep being extra. We love it. Thank you. I'm gonna always be extra. Like, I don't know, like y'all let the beast out. Soon as y'all started watching the videos and like liking them and they started performing, I was like, they like the real, like, my extra ass, the extra I am in private with the people I love. Oh, okay. Y'all done messed up now. We family, and this is what y'all gonna get like every single video. But I can't let it back in. But no, Nikki, I tell you all the time, us just being us is never gonna, sadly, it's not fair, but it's not enough. It's not enough, especially just in this space. Once I realized, like, oh, they don't want to hear no black woman talk about no movie. Not even just just in the, like, if they're going to click on somebody who's talking about a movie and it's, a black man there and a woman, they're going to click the man first. I don't know why, but that's just how it goes. And I was like, okay, I got to get to, them clicking me first. I need you to click me first, or, care about what I have to say and still understand, like, oh, she's cute. I click because she was cute, but, oh, she's knowledgeable. This is funny. This is good. This is entertaining. Like, or, I'm going to stay even though I found out that this wasn't a freaking reactionary channel. Like, no, it's not that. Like, damn it, if somebody tell me that again, I'm going to throw up. This is not a reactionary channel. I was going to subscribe, but I thought this was a reactionary video. No, did I put that in the title? No, it's not.
And those are the channels that blow up, reacting to it. And I'm like, that's where it's like a lot to navigate and learn when it comes to YouTube. The stuff behind the scenes, the analytics of it, the thumbnails, like you said, for some reason, an audience is more likely to click on a white male. They're more likely to click on a black male. And the last person they're going to click on a white
The
woman.
white woman.
The last person they're going to click on is a black woman. And especially when you talk, first of all, we talk about the movie niche, the movie space. If we're not being comical and reacting and watching the movie, you're going to kind of start to really get drowned because they're not going to want to hear what you really have to say. They just want you to cackle and howl and, be fun as you react to it. Yeah. And then especially particularly when you talking about horror movies, they're first of all, women in horror talking about horror, then black women talking about horror. Like you said, your audience doesn't really even request the horror movies. It's like that's just not something they want to see people that look like us talk about. And it's like you have to learn, because I feel like I honestly came into YouTube a little naive. Like I have been watching movies since I was literally 2-3 years old. I'm watching like freaking Tarantino movies at 3 years old. Like I was not into cartoons. Like when I talk about movies, I know the history of it. I know, but that doesn't matter. Like it really doesn't.
Nope. That's why I thought it was best to open it up to like a paywall situation, have the subs get in on it. So I'm like, I'm giving, I don't even care if it's not you. I'm giving whoever paid for this is what you guys requested. Because what I thought, I just genuinely thought, being a, dry, oh, I'm a movie reviewer, I can review anything and, just talk about whatever. And they're going to, it's like, nope, they're only checking for certain things, especially when it comes to myself and my channel. They, you guys want the What's Love Got to Do with It, the Baby Boys, the Poetic Justice, the John Singleton Spike Lee breakdowns. Y'all want those. Y'all want the black movies, the black directors, the black actors. And I love those movies down. I love those movies. Like I love every single request most of the time. But I would love to get more variety and just because sometimes I'll have people like, so can I pay for, because I didn't know if you were like, is this like black like I'm black, so yeah. This is a black channel, but it hurt my little feelings a little bit when I have people like question how far my capacity can go as a reviewer and just like, oh, I thought you were limited. Like you can, I was surprised you could talk about this. Like, what? You just got here, clearly. Shut up. Like King Gore said, are we on letterboxd? Letterboxd.
I am on Letterboxd. Are you on Letterboxd, Tyra?
What is that?
It's like a social media site for like movie buffs. You pretty much like track like your favorite movies and movies you watch, et cetera, et cetera.
No. Hey, Myra girl.
But that's some of the stuff that people don't really see. Is like the comments like that, like, oh, I didn't even notice you were black. Like when I clicked on it, because like we don't like you don't put yourself on your thumb. Like I've gotten such like racially charged comments, like, oh, you actually, or either they'll make a comment about like how I talk. Or, do you speak English? I'll be saying like, hey, what am I speaking? Like we get such like I don't think people realize. Like I see someone in a comment like they don't want to hear a black woman talk about a movie. We're not just making this up. Like this is like, yeah, no, they don't. Like we get these types of comments, and it's
okay.
Really,
call me when you get to. Well, text me when you get to where you're going. Okay. Yes, I love you. Exit stage left.
My day.
Take the dog with you. Come on.
Y'all know Tyra is a dog mom now.
God. Is Bree still in the chat? Because Bree was in the live with me and Jay, like, because he came in here all excited that the dog pooped on the mat, and I saw Bree in the chat like, "What? Tyra's not a pet person. She has a pet." Like that took me out. It took me out that she remembered that. Yes, I have a dog now, guys. I have a dog. You see. So now I have 3 kids. Now I really need to check. You're just like, you're not a pet person. Like, yeah, I have a dog. I'm not a dog person, but my honey and my son very much so wanted a dog, even though it's low-key my responsibility. I'm gonna let it go.
Y'all don't let her lie to y'all. She be snuggling with that dog. She love that damn dog. So about she ain't a dog person.
This is like day 5 or day 6 with the dog. I've adjusted really well. I've been open, and Nikki's been helping me every step of the way because she loves her some dogs, child. But it's taking me some time because I have OCD, but I've been really kind. I have been snuggling. It's a puppy. You know, gotta be look. I'm not heartless. I'm gonna hug the dog and make sure he's okay. but it's been nice. I'm loving the dog, but now it's just like, oh, I gotta really factor in the working, the kids, housework, the meals, the laundry, now the dog, and these videos. All right, I'm gonna make it right. I'm gonna do it. Mara said, "Watch the dog, gonna watch movies and shows with you." I love my dog. Definitely, we were watching Pets 2 last night.
No, y'all weren't watching Pets
Yeah, because
too.
I just wanted to see how he would react to seeing animated dogs, and he was like, "Oh,
With the
like the
dog.
balls squeak on TV? They got actual two toys on TV."
I forgot who comment that was about letterboxd, but I put my letterboxd
Mhm.
link in the description box.
No,
But
I have never been on Letterboxd at all. Like, yo, I can't. I would love to be on every facet of TikToks and Twitches and Twitters and Ticks and I'm tired.
and see, that's
I'm
what I'm trying to
tired.
get smarter about is like the social media presence. Like I started a letterbox, a TikTok, a Twitter, and an Instagram for my horror channel. I'm like, okay, let me try to have
Yeah.
more of an online presence, which kind of annoys me, but
I hate it. I don't like being on
me
social
too.
media. I created it so I could, I was like, I know I need something because I do want to connect with the subs and other people from YouTube, but I just wanted to talk about movies and just grow organically.
Same,
I don't want to do anything else. I'm sorry.
same.
I'm sorry. I
I'm good.
don't.
Yeah. I just
I
want to talk
don't.
about movies.
I do. I hate the fact that we have to, go to back and check all cylinders and we just got to do everything to just find a little bit of success that I'm sure everybody else, and y'all know who I'm talking about, the white people, everybody, they don't have to do that on this platform. Okay? And I want to be like them. I don't want to I just want to, make my good. Am I expecting to grow overnight and I'm gonna be on here and I'm gonna get 100K in my first couple? Like, no, no. I just expect, consistency and just none of the racial politics and those type of obstacles that are getting placed in our face. Like, I don't want to deal with that. Like, who told y'all to put that there? Leave that shit alone. And I'm gonna,
Right.
I'm gonna say shit because this shit is gonna turn yellow anyway. Because that's what YouTube does to my life.
Oh Lord, limited. And that's something else that behind the scenes, like limiting the video. Like I already only gonna get $1 off the video. Now you gonna limit it? YouTube, come on now.
No, no, it's a lot.
Give me
Kira's in there.
my dollar.
Thank you, Kira. I've been seeing your comments, Miss Kira. Thank you so much. Appreciate both you ladies and love the content. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's what keeps me going because I'm like, you know what? People really just love like I never thought people would love what I did. Like of course you get on here with the intentions to, find success and have people care about your reviews, but you just never know if that's going to actually happen or you can in your mind like I can a lot of people get here and it's just like this isn't what I thought it was, it's too hard. Who you think you are mentally on camera explaining something, somebody will be like, oh my god, this dry girl, who you thought nobody want to watch this? So the fact that people want to watch it and you guys engage and support me and go along with all my shenanigans, I love that like, oh, I found my people. I love that, but I want to get a coin while I find my people too.
Yeah, I definitely feel the same. Like I remember starting this channel with literally only 2 subscribers, my mama and my aunt. And like literally growing from like I am not that person with like a social media presence. Well, like I literally started from zero, just put up a YouTube channel, put up some videos, and I'm very thankful for my like 5 loyal subscribers. No, but yeah, it is like really amazing. Like I will say, like that is the thing that kind of my love for movies keeps me going because I just love movies. And I remember growing up, my mother loved Siskel and Ebert, and in my mind, I'm like I just want to be Siskel and Ebert, like to my mother. So
Mm.
like that kind of keeps me going, and like the comments from like the 5, 6 people that support me, like that
No, you didn't. Thank you, Miss Kira. She says, self-esteem has to be strong for you too, child. This will play on your self-esteem. Your little feelings will get hurt quick. Like, it is not even about no comment. I can care about a comment. I couldn't care. It's the algorithm digs at your self-esteem because it's like as soon as
yeah,
something isn't reaching a certain plateau, you're not seeing growth, you're not seeing engagement. It's like, okay, what am I not doing? What do
yeah,
I need to fix? I need to do something. Like I need to change up something. Let me change the intro. Let me change the thumbnails. Oh no. Let me tweak the volume. Let me add music. Let me take away music. I don't like, oh child, you just You just start to lose your whole mind.
Cause it's like I'll put up a video and be so like, oh yeah, that thumbnail look good. Okay. Next thing you know, you put it out, you got 5 views, and I'm like, dang, let me change thumbnail. Let me change the title. Dang, what's not work? Yeah, you will really agonize over
King
every
Gore
little
said,
decision.
have any sponsors reached out before? That's where the real money is. Don't we know it? Don't we know it? Like, no. I was waiting, like, because I see a lot of people once they reach a certain plateau, those sponsors do start reaching out. No, I have had certain stuff reach out, but it's not so much a sponsor. And I don't know what's required for sponsors to reach out. Like, because they've made it clear it's not, just about sub counts, but more about, personality, subs interaction, engagement, and, things like that. But no subs, like, not subs, no sponsors. I know me personally has, like, reached out. No, not at all.
Child, tell me what to reach at. I reach. Like I don't even I don't even know how the hell you supposed to reach out.
No.
But thank you, Latino Slant. I just discovered Latino Slant. He did a really great live. Was it yesterday y'all did that
Yeah.
live? That live was so good. It was like 100 hours. It was so entertaining the whole
Yeah,
time.
100 hours. 100 hours.
It was really good though. But thank you so much for the support. But yeah, I wish a sponsor would. I was watching somebody's video. I said it's the Tyra. She was like, guys, this video is sponsored by Lionsgate. I was like, what the? Like movie studios be sponsored? Like I didn't even know that. I'm like, what the? What? Lionsgate? Is this another Lionsgate? Like I was so like, wait, what? How do I tap into that? But
King Gore going in. King Gore said I'm supposed to have some sponsors reaching out. Like, no, and I'm not. I've tried not to worry about it. In my mind, the subs who support me and pay for movies and all that good stuff and super chat, those are my sponsors. The subs has been sponsoring me forever, so it's just not. If it comes along, of course, I'm excited and I'm appreciative of it, but I got to a certain point where I'm just not even checking for stuff anymore because when you get to looking for stuff, it just don't happen here. You cannot have one single expectation for YouTube. Like I usually could at least have an expectation like for at least subs and like knowing how much engagement a video was gonna get before it dropped. Like I already know, like, oh, I don't know nothing no more. It's slim pickings, it's the lottery every single time you step on YouTube.
Yeah, that stuff is hard to get. Even sometimes, we have channels that we've seen that are just sponsored by the followers. Like they are completely funded by the people that want to see the content, and they're Black content creators. It's like really hard to tap into that stuff. But yeah, I'm like, I really be on the verge of just being like, forget it. I guess it's not for me, but I just really love movies and I just keep, torturing myself. I guess I'm a masochist. But any last closing thoughts before we head out, Miss Tyra?
No, not at all. Just keep supporting us. I'll say that. Like I am trying to keep my little skin in the game. I would not ever lie and be like, "Oh, it's easy. I'm just having the best time." Like, no, this shit is hard. I'm suffering every day. Like it's terrible. It's terrible, y'all. It's terrible. But just off of the strength and the support of the subs, you guys supporting that paywall, purchasing those movies, hitting that like button, leaving comments, subscribing and sharing it when you get a chance, or like making sure to be there for those lives and just engaging with me no matter what I'm talking about. Please keep doing that because that is literally the only thing keeping me going. If that drops off the face of this planet, so will this channel.
So guys, make sure if you are watching from my channel, make sure you subscribe to Miss Struggle Reviews. Go check out her channel and the content she has coming up. You can just completely hit the link for her. It'll take you over to her channel. Make sure you guys show support. If you enjoy the content and you don't want to just wake up one day and we done disappeared,
Girl.
make sure like the videos, watch the videos, support the channel. If you're somebody who watches but aren't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you go over to Struggles channel. You'll find out in her description box how to purchase any reviews you would like to see her talk about. If you would like to support, you can send a super chat, super thanks. If you would like to support my channel, you can check out my subscriptions, for members, send a super chat, super thanks, help keep the channel going, keep the content coming. We appreciate everyone for watching, supporting, showing up for the live, showing up for the videos. I really appreciate it. Struggle appreciates it.
Yes.
And we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you.
We will. Good night, y'all.